as I was thinking about what we are doing, it really is an opportunity for people to connect with their beingness. We are not conscious of the compartmentalization. We just say, this is who I am, right? Who you are is different depending on the environment that you find yourself in or the people that you find yourself connected with. So I hold myself out as an example. At 71 years old, it's been a long journey. It's been a long journey to self-acceptance. And I think it may be that way for many of us, that we look at the pieces of ourselves and decide, I can show that. No, I can't show that. Is there a danger? How deep is the danger if I show you all of me? Oh, I can show these people this part of me, and these people this part of me, and these people this part of me. And then the question is, how long before you get tired of just compartmentalizing your beingness?
Hey, Facebook! Hello, everyone. Good evening. Happy Friday. Welcome to the late night happy hour with Carrie Irene and DrSue, where what comes up comes out. How's it going? What's your day been like, DrSue?
Good day.
Yeah?
I slept late. Don't be jealous. I'm just saying. I stayed up late the night before, y'all. I'm just saying. But I slept until 10. And y'all, whoever's listening, don't be getting offended, because this is a personal thing between me and my friend. So then my old lady white friend called me. And we had a nice conversation. I told her one time, I said, I've been calling her that for years. I said, I should stop calling you that. She says, no, I want you to call me that. Because
she wants you to.
Because I want black people to know that no white people are black people. No, you keep calling me your old white lady friend. Okay.
For me, it's the way, it's the accent you got going for her.
I love her. I totally love her. Many, many years ago in 1984, she and I were opposing counsel. She was with the prosecutor's office. I was with the public defender's office, and we bumped heads in an appellate case. And I called her out because I thought she was saying something that was off color about me, right? Because you're not supposed to get personal with the other counsel, right? And so she had to know, well, who is this woman that has the audacity to call me out? So we had lunch, and we've been friends ever since. A year later, I went over to the prosecutor's office. So at first we were opposing counsel, then we were co-counsel, right? And then I lost track of her. I got the job with the police department as their legal advisor in 86. So I lost track of her. She found me about just before COVID. She found me on social media, which is so interesting because she doesn't even do social media. But she's my old white lady friend, my white lady old friend. And she is such a wonderful person. So she called me and woke me up. And then I went to hang out with the lawyers.
You're like, yeah, I sure did.
But because I was one of only a few of us there
I
at
understand.
the monthly meeting. But this is the local bar association meeting. But they had two guys there. One was an attorney, and one had been a defendant. Very colorful life he had. He was one of the Vietnam veterans against the war that the FBI and everybody, they were prosecuting him, and so that was a whole story. They were called the Gainesville Eight. So they were there to talk about that. Most of the people in the room didn't. They're young babies. They didn't know what was going on. So
Yeah.
and then I went to work, and I'm so excited because I'm working on my new business concept, and it's coming together, and I will start doing some organic marketing next week where I'm posting about it. And for the first time, I am really putting my metaphysical credentials and skills front and center.
Yeah.
I've been a little hesitant. No, that's not true. I've been a lot hesitant to do that. A lot.
Not a
Because
lot.
a lot. Because as I was coming up and these things were beginning to happen, I didn't want to be crazy. I didn't want to be weird. My brother was schizophrenic. And so it's like, I'm not telling anybody what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing, because I don't want to be crazy. So
Right.
it has taken me all of this time to get to the point of saying, okay, God, I'm going to do what you tell me to do.
Mm,
You gave me these skills, you gave me these gifts, and I
right.
know that I'm to use them. So I have been putting together my new program for that, a new podcast. So I'm excited about that. I'm
Whoop,
excited,
whoop.
excited because y'all, okay, so God says this is not a desert, and I need to stop thinking of Gainesville, Florida as a desert. So it's not a desert. But I found like an old school coffee shop. Now, for my young people, y'all don't even know what that is. So let me just tell you what it is. They got raggedy couches. They got a piano, a little piano where people come in, and if they want to play the piano, they do that. We got some really, really fast Wi-Fi. Hi there. Got great coffee. And it's just a very comfortable, old school kind of setting.
Yeah.
So it's like I go there and I can stay there for several hours. They don't have no good food though, y'all. They've got good food in terms of it tastes good, but it's all stuff that you really shouldn't be eating,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
pumpkin bread and banana bread
That's a
and
coffee shop, though. That's a coffee. Gotta have something go with coffee.
these pastries that are like that big, and these brownies that are like that big. Oh my
That's
God.
yeah. That's the way you want it. Like, if you gonna have one, honey, that's the kind you
So,
want to
so every day, I can't go every day because, of course, I feel, which is true, if I'm going to be sitting there occupying their place, occupying their seat, I need to be patronizing them. I need to be buying
Absolutely.
stuff.
Absolutely.
So I buy coffee, and every day, y'all, I have bought a pastry. Now
Well,
that is at odds with me working out in the gym.
right. Well, let me tell you something. Another way to patronize a place without having to indulge in what you don't need is just make sure you have some cash. Just give them a tip. They don't care how long you sit there, long as they get the tip.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know, and it also cuts your costs in half because half the time we don't need the coffee or the pastry. Now, don't get me wrong. I like coffee and pastry, so I usually overindulge. But when you can't, you can always make sure you be a patron without actually being a patron because it takes the guilt out of taking up space, but it also takes the side eye away from them because they're like, oh, girl, she gave me a tip. She can stay here long as she wants to.
I always give them a tip, but I guess like I tip them about a third of whatever it
Yeah.
is that I am getting that I pay for. But yeah, I sit there for hours. I mean, really,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I sit there for hours. I could go. I'm going in the morning. It's my office away from home now, so I'm going to be
Yeah.
there. They open at 7. I'll be there at 8. I'll be there all day. So
Yeah.
coffee is good. The vibe is great. And it's like, so that's my home away from home. So that was a long answer to a short question. But and then I went to church for all of you heathens out there. I'm just saying, I ain't being offensive. I pray for all of y'all.
Not heathens.
Y'all, I know that we all did something that was anti the Lord. So I just my prayer was real simple. Have mercy on them, Lord.
Lord, have mercy on our souls. Please have mercy on us. We have what they say, we done sinned and fall short of the glory. Okay, we done fell short of the glory.
Wrap them up in your love and your. I'm laughing, but that was serious. Like that's my prayer for all of us. So that's what I did. I'm just getting back. Got back at 8:30. I'm good. I'm so excited to be here. How was your day? How's your week been?
Oh, my week has been good. It's been a lot of good blessings. You know, like I think this week has shown me how blessed and how covered me and my loved ones are. You know, because it's been a week to where some would have looked at it as woo, but you know, you just gotta look at it as woo. You know what I mean? Because like in a different time, in a different mind frame, with different company, with different people around you, things can go left real fast. But when you know that you're covered, like Dr. Sue, we got Dr. Sue praying for us, y'all. We got Dr.
Praise
Sue
the Lord.
covering us, you hear me? And to know that that's happening, and to know that you got that good karmic buildup, man. You go through. Sometimes you go over a speed bump. You're like, ooh, I think that's not something loose in my car. You know what I mean? But when you have days like that, it's like, yeah, but I know a real good mechanic. They ain't gonna charge me nothing, you know.
Yeah.
So it's been that kind of week. It's been a gratifying week. It's been a confirming week. It's been a good week. It's been a real good week. Yeah.
Does that?
Say it again.
The energy feels real good.
Oh yeah, calm and steady energy. It's almost as if like you ever seen for those who do water sports, anything like that, have you ever been around water, heard about water, seen water, and say you're in in the water and you're in a tube, right? And you're in one of them tubes and you're floating down, and on your way through the rapid, you see a whirlpool. And you know, a whirlpool will get you up and twist you up,
Yeah.
and you can't get out of it. You know, that's the most dangerous part about a whirlpool. It's not the fact that it's so tumultuous. It's because you get stuck there. But I feel like we're in a season to where there's whirlpools everywhere, and we're so finely placed on the outer skirts that not only do we not get stuck in it, but it slips us by because we're on that tailspin that's got that real good momentum right now. You know, so it's just like all the things that comes up and all the worries that comes up. It's almost like you just kind of skidding by and sliding by. So anytime I see a bruise or a little cut that I got a mend, quote unquote, figuratively in life, I'm so grateful and I'm so blessed because it could have took me out. It could have got me stuck. But instead, it was just this quick motion of go around, go around. You know, that's what I'm feeling in this season. So yeah, it's going good. What's up? I see you, Dion. Ain't said nothing, but I see you. I'm looking at my phone too.
Yeah.
So yeah, so what's been coming up for you? Any reoccurring things coming up for you this week or the last couple of weeks, Dr. Sue?
I mean, really, the big thing that I've been just kind of in the energy of is acknowledging and answering the call. And I think that we all have a call on our lives. Now, typically, when we hear that phrase, we're thinking about, like somebody in the church or something like that. But I don't necessarily think that's the case. I think that for me, this goes with really beginning to step out of the coat of labels that we have put on ourselves and getting back to our divine self and really connecting with who am I here to be? who am I here to be? Not what am I here to do, not what they say I'm here to do, but who is it that I am here to be on this plane at this time? And I just think that, I don't know about other people, but that's the energy that I am in. It is an energy of divesting myself of stuff, releasing things and labels and energy that's not mine, letting go,
Yes,
but
ma'am.
not letting go from a point of loss or inadequacy. Really, it is a process of surrendering to who I am here to be, surrendering to the process of being, as opposed to doing, as opposed to all of the other stuff that we take on because that's what they say, whether they are our parents, our friends, society, all of the institutions. Not to stop being what they say we should be, let go of all that and really dig deep, interpersonally dig deep and find out, who am I here to be, and then walk in that energy. So
Yep.
I am committed. I'm committed to being more and more being, and to sharing with other people how you too can be, because you don't have to be who they say you are.
Yeah.
You have choice. You're great just because you exist. You're divine just because you exist. You get to create yourself just the way you want to, and you don't owe anybody any explanation or justification. You don't even have to answer anybody. Just
Mhm.
strip away all of that and walk in your divine beingness.
Yeah.
So that's the energy that I have been living in, and really just want to immerse myself more in. And just on a personal note, y'all know I tell my business.
Tell it.
So so I said I went to church tonight. My nephew is my nephew's church. He pastors the church. It's a family church, his family. Um, but he on Friday night they have like a prayer meeting where it's different than any one that I've ever been to. It's not being led by the minister. There is a period in there of testimonies if you want to give a testimony, but then following that is a period where everybody gets to go into their own closet, so to speak, and pray for themselves in the way that they choose to, however they choose to whatever they. So you have your own. So there's prayer by the minister, but then you have your own individual prayer.
Right.
So my nephew was teaching from, and I'm not a scripture person, so I can't tell you the scripture, but something in Hebrews. And in Hebrews, the scripture that he was teaching from was related to let them go.
Yeah.
Release the strong man and let him go. And the stuff that he was saying, I was just saying, okay, God, I hear you.
All right. Loud and clear, right?
That person isn't supposed to be in your life anyway. Let it. And then my nephew goes, I don't know. He says, I'm trying to move from this place, but I just can't move from it. God is just saying to me, somebody's supposed to hear this. Let him go.
Yeah. Sorry, I think I froze for a second there.
Yeah. And, and I'm looking at him. My eyes are glued on my nephew, and I'm thinking, God, I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
I don't think this message
Yeah.
was for anybody else. I think that it was for me,
Mm.
because even though I've let that relationship go, so he was saying that when you let something go, you got to let all of it go. Let the energy go, not just the person, not just the thing, the energy that is associated with it. And if you say you let it go, but you're still thinking about it,
Mm-hmm.
there may be things that you're saying, oh, my words. Oh, I know I'm going to see him. Gainesville just is not that big. I know
Yeah.
that I'm going to see him. And
Yeah.
when I do, I got some words.
And I got something to say.
I got something to say. And oh yeah, I am definitely gonna say it. And for y'all, if you're wondering what I'm talking about, if you've been following us, you know that I was in
Okay.
a I love situationship.
Go back, watch the replays, binge watch it. All of them on YouTube, okay? All of them on YouTube.
That ended with him ghosting me, because what my friend and I decided is that the third party in the situation, her friend lives around the corner from me, and she must have seen the car here, so now he's scared to talk to me.
Oh God.
That's what we decided. So I'm like, oh, he didn't have the balls to call and say, oh, I got caught and now I can't talk to you. so I know, listen, the one thing that we do here in Gainesville, everybody goes to funerals. Everybody.
Oh my God, you ain't gonna run into him at the funeral. You
Yo, everybody knows somebody.
I bet every time I call you, DrSue, what you doing? Man, we're gonna head on home to this funeral.
Everybody knows somebody. Gainesville ain't that big in terms of Black people. We all connected some kind of way. What's
oh God?
Within it's what is it that we people, we are connected within 6 people, right?
So 7 degrees of separation.
Yeah, right. So I know that there's somebody, we're gonna be at the same funeral.
Sticky.
God said, let it go. That's what my nephew.
Look, it couldn't be me, because you know me, I'll leave the whole state.
I couldn't do a thing but laugh when he says, I don't know, and you could hear my nephew. You could look at him and you see he was just perplexed. He was perplexed because he couldn't figure out, well, this is not what I planned to teach on. Why is this isn't even what I was thinking about? Why is God holding me in this place? And I'm just looking at him because I'm thinking,
okay, you're like, yeah, you're trying to get me right. You're trying to get me right. I hear you.
Let him go.
No, I don't want to listen though.
Let those thoughts go. Stop thinking that you're gonna get back at somebody. You're gonna say something.
We have the whole script played out in our heads. The whole script. What you go? We even go as far as to know what we're gonna say, and then we know what they gonna say, and then we know what we're gonna say after that too. Lord.
So that was so funny to me. I called my nephew after I got home from church, and I called him and I said, I just need to let you know that message that you gave it to God was speaking to me to let it go. Let it go. So he didn't know anything about the relationship. So I said, I didn't go into details, but I said, it was for me. I got it. And so he said, well, that's confirmation, because I couldn't figure out why I couldn't get.
He's like, I done said this enough. Yeah.
I kept trying to move away from it, and God kept bringing me back to let him go.
Yeah. Yeah. I love those though. Those are the good confirmations, because the confusion of someone else's message is a greater confirmation when it makes sense to you, because they don't know why they're saying it, but you know it was sent for you. That's the best. That's the best. And I've had that happen recently on Sonia Marie. She's a lady I follow. She's an astrologer. And she, is very intuitive astrologer, and she is amazing. And she was saying, and I recommend, I shared it on my page. I recommend anyone go back and look, because she did a series on the lunar eclipse, the new moon coming up, and then the solar eclipse is coming up after that. I don't know if anyone knows how close those are and how crazy that is. But if you want to find out, go look at her lives and follow her on YouTube. And she was talking about, she said the same thing the other day on her live. She's like, I keep going over this. And she even started talking, like, because she talks to spirit a lot. And she said, look, spirit, she said, I don't know why you got me keep saying this, going round and round and round about this. She said, because quite frankly, I'm tired of saying it. She said, and then she looked at the camera, she's like, I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking to spirit. It was so funny. Sonia Marie with a J, Sonja Marie. And her website is wordlifeastrology.com. She has a book, The Signs. I forget what the name of her book is, but I will put her link in the comments down here. What is the name of her book?
I don't know why my light keeps getting darker. Let me adjust the light.
No worries. And she also have a membership. It's called The Village. And no, I'm not getting paid to say this. She's just that good. She's really that good. She is like, as far as a reading that I've gotten, I would go back to her 10 times over. I would request her 10 times over. I would recommend her 10 times over, just because she's so raw. She's so fluid and so unapologetic about her gift. You know, she's amazing. But yeah, she was talking about the thing that she couldn't let go of is the fact that a lot of us downplay our gifts, who we truly are, what we were sent here for. Like you were talking about earlier, and like Vic said, sometimes we have to step outside of our comfort zone and go where the Lord is sending us, and that's what she's talking about. It's like the more you downplay what you can do and who you are, it doesn't lessen what you can do and who you are. You know, a lot of people say, you know, if you don't use it, you lose it. But in my opinion, of course, I really feel what happens is you lose touch with that part of you that confirms your power. You lose part of you lose that communication, that good communication between you and your source. It's almost as if, like, if you had a plug to yourself and you plug into the wall for your power, for your source, it ain't got it without you. You ain't got it without it. But every time you don't need it, instead of just staying tuned in, plugged up, turned on, you yank the cord. So over time, your cord starts to get frayed, and then you get a little short in it because you're constantly thinking that you can do without the power once you have charged enough. When truly what you need to do is stay plugged in at all times and stop damaging your connection to that source. And I was like, that's for me. You know, that was for me. Don't get me wrong. I feel like through the years I have grown, but I think the main reason why it stood out to me is because I was about to unplug. I was nervous in a certain area of my life, and I was about to unplug and take it and plug it into something else that's going to give me a temporary power source versus a consistent and steady and reliable power source. You know, so I think that's a reoccurring thing is pay attention when things start coming up for you. Pay attention when you start to feel like someone's talking directly to you, because 9 times out of 10, most of the time, they are. They may not know they are, but they are. Yeah, Angelique knows Sonia Marie. Me and Angelique has been following Sonia Marie for a very long time. Angelique actually met Sonia Marie in person because she's in California. She's from Yonkers. She's from New York. So she got that New York attitude. She cussing every other minute that I absolutely adore, because a lot of people, I like the fact that she's on a bash. Like, a lot of people try to be, they so sorry about everything. Oh, well, or they got to explain everything. If you don't like it, you don't get out. She just who she is. She who she is. And that thank you. The Signs and Astrological Memoir is the title of the book. Thank you, Angelique. So that is the name of the book. I would definitely recommend following her. She and I also, let me put this plug in there for her. When you do watch her, if you do follow her on a consistent basis and you get value from what she's doing, drop the lady a 20. You know what I'm saying? Because this is invaluable information. Do you hear me? The studying that she does, the tuning that she does, the energetic responsibility that she accepts. It's amazing. It's amazing. Even if you only got a couple dollars, $2, $5, $10, you know what you got, what you can handle. But on her YouTube, she always has her Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, all that stuff in there, because YouTube ain't giving her credit. You can tell. She's she was the astrologer for Essence magazine for 7 years. I want to say 7, 8 years with it ain't like she got let go. Like they do a rotation every so often. They change the astrologer, the column, astrologer column. And so that's what she did. So yeah, circulate that love, circulate that energy, because she's more than worth it. She's more than worth it. But yeah, so that's my plug for today.
Very good. I'm gonna go check her out when we get off.
Yeah, definitely do. She's really good. She's really good. So let's while we are here, because I feel the conversation shifting. I want to hear more about your program, and we'll allow that to spark more conversation about, because I know it's gonna be something we can come up. But just tell us, what's one of the most exciting aspects that you're excited about the program right now?
I think, well, in order to answer that, I have to tell you what I'm excited about
Okay,
myself.
please.
So I am excited that I am finally accepting my calling. I am
Mhm.
excited that I am not shrinking from it anymore, that I'm not telling myself stories about how other people will see me, all of the limiting beliefs that I've had for years and years and years that I have embodied and allowed them to prevent me from moving forward on the in my calling, right? My gifting.
Yeah.
Um, I am excited too that I understand that even though I lived in fear and all of that negative energy for a long time, that it served its purpose, because regardless of whether you consider the energy negative or positive, if you are open, you will always learn something. For me, those years of not thinking that I would be heard, of being afraid to use my voice, of being afraid to use my gifts, all of that has given me a part of the story that I can now share with other people who may be in a similar place or may be going through the same thing. And not only can I give you my story or share my story, I can tell you how I have come out and show you how I have come out on the other side. So I'm
Absolutely.
really excited about that,
Hmm.
uh, because of the shifts that I made, mindset and spirit set and all of that. I basically am. It's so interesting. I start to say that I have recreated my business or restructured it from the ground up. Um, right now, I've always coached, and in my coaching, I have always used my gifts. My gifts are that I'm clairaudient, I'm clairsentient. I I'm trained to do past life regression, future life progression, like between life journeys. I channel a group called the Council of 21, that is an etheric group that is like Abraham, that Esther Hicks channel. So I channel that group. And when I channel them, totally different personalities come through. There are 21 entities that sit on this council. And they're not people, they are energetic bodies. Like Abraham is the name of a consciousness, a part of the consciousness. So Abraham's consciousness is represented on the council.
Hmm.
The council came to me for the first time in 2017, scared me shitless because they embodied me. They came in. It was a summer day. I will always remember. It was like 85 degrees, and when they entered my body, I was asleep.
Hmm.
I felt like there was an iceberg inside of me. I was so cold. And so I turned up the thermometer in the house. I turned up the thing to like 85, 90 degrees. And I got on all these coats and I got on all these blankets. And my best friend came by. Now she's seen me do some strange shit. So she just kind of did the side eye. She didn't say
Girl, you
anything.
crazy.
She didn't say anything. And I start to channel. and I start to, and it's the first time, right? And I start to tell all of these things that are happening now, I channeled them back then. And so as they're happening, I'm just checking off the list. Yeah, they showed me this. Yeah, they showed me that. Yeah, they showed me that all systems would break down. Everything would break down. Every aspect of society. And then it would be rebuilt. So I wasn't telling anybody that other than her, because she saw me. She saw me, and then I'm freaking out. So they start to come through her to talk to me. Right. So I, in my coaching, I've always invited them to come in, and I use them to work with my clients to help them get deeper meaning, deeper understanding. I also have two gods, Hector and Sabian. And Sabian is the dominant one. These are Egyptian scribes. Sabian is the dominant one. Hector is like the exclamation point. Okay. So Sabian will say something and my feet literally lock up. My toes will lock up like that, and I cannot move them. I can't move them until the message has come through. And then if it's something really, really important, both feet will lock up. So this is Sabian. Sabian locks up. Sabian is the left foot, and then Hector locks up. And so I'm walking.
Oh, fist, foot fist. You got foot fist.
Yeah. And so it's like, how are you going to explain that to somebody, right? So I wasn't doing that. And as I would explain it within the coaching group, because there were times when the counsel just comes through, they take over. And it's not that I can't control them, but I can't control what's coming out. It's a message for whoever I'm coaching. So now I give all of that as background simply to say that now I am putting all of that front and center in my marketing. I do have a degree in metaphysics. I've got a Bachelor of Science degree in metaphysics. I am an ordained metaphysical minister, as well as a certified metaphysical practitioner. And so, and I've got all of these other credentials, certifications in energy work. So I really haven't, I just said previously, I'm a life coach or I'm a spiritual coach, but now I am saying I am a metaphysical spiritual life coach. I bring all of me together, all of me. And I work with individuals who have a calling or who want to understand what the calling is on their life so that they can contribute to the uplifting of humanity.
Yeah.
While people will have a desire to make money, you can make money. But what is your ultimate calling? Are you just making money to make money? In which case you're probably not my client. Or are you making money as a result of you stepping into your calling to help other people, right? And I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but what I am saying is that we all came into this lifetime, we all came to serve each other. We just serve each other in different capacities. And if your purpose is to serve yourself only, you're not my client. But if you want support identifying your spiritual gifts, if you want support learning how to use the various metaphysical gifts, then I'm your girl. I'm your girl. So I am creating a podcast called Navigating Spirituality. It's just going to be like a 30-minute podcast, and it's a freebie. And I haven't finished setting it up, but I will host it on YouTube. It's a freebie. It's a teaching podcast where I will take complex metaphysical concepts and principles and break them down into everyday language so that you can understand this and use it for your own good. And if you're a coach or leader or whatever, use it even in terms of your family, even in terms, use it to communicate or to enhance your relationships with others. Because when we can tap into our own goodness, we can't help but give it away. Can't help but give it away. So that is Navigating Spirituality, the podcast. I am creating a subscription program, which is also Navigating Spirituality. This will go deeper than the podcast. This will go deeper. This is where I'm going to actually do some coaching, and I will have guest speakers, and I will do some mini workshops. So that's in the subscription program. And then I have created a premium program, which is for those individuals who want to learn how to use, not only to coach, but effectively, transformational coaching, but to incorporate their metaphysical, spiritual gifts in the process of coaching. So that's what I'm about right now. I'm excited.
Yeah, you should be. I'm sure everybody who's needing it is going to be excited to hear about it too. So when can we expect to sign up?
Well, I will. My goal is to open the academy. Those classes will be housed in Divine Mind Spiritual Academy, Leadership Academy, Divine Mind Spiritual Leadership Academy, and my goal is to be up and running by the first week in May. What you will start to see next week is me beginning to post more about metaphysical stuff. My program is unique. My coaching program is unique in that I merge neuroscience, human behavior, quantum physics, with the energy work, with the traditional coaching. So I bring all of that together under one umbrella. Within it, if you work with me, then I will teach you. Listen, first of all, when you are a coach, first person you got to be, who has to be coachable, is you. You've got to learn. You got to go deep. You can only take a person as far as you have gone.
That's right.
Your mind can only be as open as you have been exposed to. And so when you say I am an aspiring coach, or you say I am a coach, then I want to know, have you done your own work? Are you doing your own work? Because the thing about coaching is that you must become a perpetual student, perpetual learner. You can't, there's never going to be a point where you say, I got all of this.
I got it.
No. You can say, I am proficient at what I do, and I continue to learn something new every day. You have to stay in a learning mindset. So it's really important to me. I bring a part of what I focus on is neuro-linguistic programming, because I'm interested in the neuroscience. I bring the science. Okay, so I am a left brain girl finally leaning into a right brain world. Yeah. And I have to bring all of them together. I knew that energy everything is energy. I knew that Reiki worked. I know that prayer works because prayer is energy. I knew that, but I didn't know why. It wasn't until I tapped into the quantum physics aspect of it to understand how energy works. When you know that, you got to know that, yeah, you say the prayers go up, the prayers go out. The energy is always there. And so I try to bring all of that together within the context or within that coaching container, so that when you walk away, whether you choose to go forward and be a coach or not, when you walk away from that higher level program, you will be well versed. And not only just well versed in the theory, you'll have the practical knowledge, because we will start from the first month. We're going to start teaching you how to identify your spiritual gifts. Begin to utilize them, strengthen them. Yeah, this isn't about just, well, let's just talk about it. I want you to get comfortable with who you are being. I want you to be real clear on what is my divine purpose? Why am I here? Why am I here? I don't care about your business purpose. That's a part of the business purpose. Is kind of like the coat that you put on. It's like an overcoat. Your divine purpose, that is your essence. So let's take off that overcoat for a while, tap into your essence, and understand this. Once you do that, the business part is easy.
You got that right.
It's easy. So that's what I'm about.
Absolutely. And I like, they say how you do one thing is how you do everything. We got to realize that one thing is us. How you do you is how everything gets done.
Yeah.
How you do you is how everything gets done. So if you're neglecting yourself in any type of area, that probably is a part of your life in which you feel neglected. If you are malnourished in any area, whether it's physically, mentally, sexually, emotionally, socially, then you're probably feeling like there's a malnourishment in some other area, So when we start to get a little frustrated with life or feel like we're not moving in the direction of which we want to go, it may be because we're not allowing ourselves to be ourselves in every direction of our lives. Because there's a lot of things that we sitting on, a lot of things we rather, like Dr. Sue say, talk about, complain about, bitch and moan about, rather than utilizing it to our benefit and take the negative connotation off the word manipulate, because we have to manipulate things around us in order to get the outcome that we want. We have to leverage, manipulate. That's like two. You can use them kind of interchangeably, because you got to know what you have in order to know how to use it. Yeah. So we got to spend some time in that space in order to make sure we're getting the most bang for our buck, and we ain't just in life getting banged up. Okay. Happy to hear the next chapter of your service. Absolutely. What's going on, Coach LT?
And I'm so excited because I have such a passion when it comes to teaching, especially about teaching about the invisible laws. Now, we know the government has these laws: don't run the stop sign, don't do this, don't do the other. And most people know about, at least think they know about, the law of attraction. But there's so many other invisible laws that we don't know about, but they're all operating all the time. And it's like, dang, why didn't somebody tell me this earlier?
Why
didn't I know this, right? And so when you know what those laws are, then you look at yourself and you look at your life and you go, shit, that's the only way it could happen.
It starts
if
to make
I had done this, I could have done something else. And then so I would have gotten a different result. But the thing is, everything comes back to here. What's going on here, right? And that's where the programming is. And I think about, and this is for me, this is where the neuroscience comes in. We are habituated to our behavior. We're habituated to the chemical release that happens in our brain when we engage in certain behavior, whether it is what we're thinking, how we're moving. And so it's like, why didn't anybody ever tell me that? Why didn't I know that? Once, I don't know about other people. I'm a pretty sharp cookie, but there's some shit that I'm just dumb to. But once you tell me, oh yeah, I got that. So once I understood, oh, I can change the way I'm thinking. I don't have to think like that. I can trash all of the programming that the church gave me, the school gave me, my mama, my daddy, my brother. I can trash it all, and I get to create for me what I believe. Oh my God! At first, when I first started to think like that, it was like, oh, that's sacrilegious. You can't think that. Yes, you can. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can.
It's like you've been programmed to be who they say you are. But when you came into this world, you didn't have that programming. That's the socialization. That's the oppression. That's to keep you under control. That's what that is, right? And because just imagine what they think would happen if every person fully understood that I can be a free radical. I can go anywhere. I can do
And
anything. I don't have to do, well, you're going to always have to deal with the laws. But in terms of who you be, how you be, what you think, you don't have to believe any of that. You get to start from a blank slate. Blank slate. It's like, why the hell didn't I know this? Didn't I know this? But now that I know it,
you can't unknow it.
No, I am a fool for it, and I want you to be a fool for it too.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
And you can't, what they say, knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. And you can't unknow something that you know. And once you do know these things, regardless of whether you ever use them again in your life, whether you ever put them to practice, you can't unsee them. You'll see them happening all around you. You'll see how people are, let people be your teachers. You ain't even have to know someone to learn something from someone. Look at some of our people in office, and I'm not just talking about the president. I'm talking about people in office in general, your managers at work, the congressmen, the people, the police officers. Some people, when they get in certain levels of power, they change the way they operate, not because of the information that they're using, but just because of the information that they have. If that alone can boost one's confidence, just think about the effect it could have on their path. It can have on their outcome. It can have on their manifestation power. Is when we start to apply these things. But a lot of people just like the showboat aspect of having it. You can spot it from a mile away. We see a lot of these people, online, and they're just spewing information. And then you look at them being like, but are you even listening to yourself? Because it's not evident that you've applied anything. You're just regurgitating what you know, not what you've practiced, not what you've experienced, nor what you learned. So when we are talking about these laws and stuff like that, we ain't doing it to be cute, because sometimes it don't feel good. But I promise you, it will always benefit you when you start to know what it is, how it works, and how you can benefit from it. Use it. And if anyone's wondering about what the universal laws are, I am right at this very moment copying and pasting it into the chat. I'm on number 10. I got 2 more to go. Now there are other laws, but these 12 are the main ones, the ones that are pretty common knowledge among those who actually indulge in learning what they are. So I'm going to tell you what they are. That's the last one. Hit enter. All right. So there's the law of divine oneness, the law of vibration, the law of correspondence, the law of attraction, the law of inspired action, the law of perpetual transmutation of energy, the law of cause and effect, the law of compensation, the law of relativity, the law of polarity, which is one of my favorites. I'm telling you, if you understand the law of polarity, so many things in life that usually will cripple you and put you in that a lot of the depressive states that we commonly feel, when you understand the law of polarity, it can pull you out of that real fast. It can pull you out of that real fast to know that sadness or death or illness will never not be.
Yeah.
it keeps you, because we all have those stages of grief, but that pissed off phase, which is towards the end, it'll get you through that a lot quicker. Just look into them. The law of rhythm, the law of gender. So those are the 12 main ones. There are other laws that people talk about, reciprocity, a lot of them. But these right here,
the law of assumption.
The law of assumption. Yes, and you can dive into a lot of them, and every single one of them will help you. You are welcome. But yeah, the laws of attraction are amazing. That's what the universal laws is what they call, which is what DrSue is talking about. And we actually did a series on a few of the universal laws in general. Since we only do the happy hour every other week, next Friday, what I'll do is I'll find it and I'll replay it. I'll put it on, put it in StreamYard and just automatically replay it for some of those that may need a refresher course. And it'd be very timely because I mean, I have my subscription going on right now. Dr. Sue has hers coming up right now. And this will get y'all in the mode to just get you a little information to kind of fuel you before you like really commit and stuff like that. Because I know Dr. Sue is going to have some programs that are long term as well. So if you're looking for some things like that to just help you along your way, get some hitching you get along. Make sure you're on the lookout, checking out. Like she said, she's gonna start advertising next week. Yeah, if y'all got any questions, anything, make sure you come back to the comments and asking your questions. Tag your people you think that may be interested. Also, oh, I wanted to say while I'm in this vein, I'm thinking about it. I'm having a masterclass Sunday. Sunday is the March masterclass. It's late in the month, but that's intentional. And it's gonna be at 9 a.m. Sunday morning. I'm saying 2 hours because last time I went a little over the hour and a half. I'm saying 2 hours, but that's also including a built-in Q&A. So I would love to have everybody there. If you haven't been a part of it, you don't have to turn your camera on. However, I would love to see your face. You don't have to participate, although I love to hear your voice. But this is just space that I want to offer to people who are just looking for like-minded, not even like-minded. We ain't got to think alike. But if you're looking for good information, if you're looking for someone who believes in you, if you're looking for someone who wants to speak life into you and just want to speak positivity in you, come to the masterclass. You will not be disappointed if that is what you're coming for. If you're looking for somewhere to go, did you say something?
No, I didn't say anything, but I was thinking you need to clarify that it's CST, 9 a.m. CST.
Yes, it is. It is 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, and 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the name of it is What is in Your Hands? What's in your hands? This was a topic that me and my friend Rosalind Malone talked about years ago. And it resurfaced for her. She called me. She's like, you need to do something with this topic because she knows the type of coaching that I do, my one-on-one coaching, which I don't advertise a lot. I do one-on-one coaching. I have my membership, which is $60 for the entire year, but I do one-on-one coaching. And I consider myself an engineer of ideas. If there's an idea that you've been tooling with, circling around, and you're trying to put it into play, baby, get with me, because it ain't an idea you can bring to me that I don't believe we can make it come to life. Period, point blank. So don't come. I'm gonna tell you a disclaimer. Don't come to me if you don't want your idea realized, because I believe in it. And I want to get on your nerves because I'm gonna be like, where you been? How far along are you? Have you set a date? Well, what time is it? Who have you invited? Where's your emails at? When you gonna send them out? Well, how often you gonna? Because I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go through it. Glad you called us too. Love you, Angeline. But I want to be able to feed into you and your ideas. And this one right here is called What's in Your Hands, because we're gonna be diving to the essence of who you really are. Who are you really? What do you want to do with that? Because I can help you with it. And this is going to be talking specifically about the one-on-one coaching that I do with my clients and how we bring those things to life and how we go through the dive process, which is dump, investigate, visualize, and execute. All those ideas so that we can, before your ideas have babies and then they have babies and then you're all confused and stuff, we want to go ahead and get stuff into action and get those ideas organized. So when they come, you already know where to put them so that you don't lose them, but they don't stop you and cripple you from making the next best step that you need to make for the big picture. So that is Sunday again. That's 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. And I love to have y'all there. But yeah, what's your final words, Dr. Sue? Speak some life to these people. We're going to get on off here.
Yeah. I'm just going to encourage you to sit in the silence. I think of having a divine appointment. We make appointments to go to the doctor. We make appointments to go to our jobs. In essence, we make appointments to hang out with our friends. Hang out with your higher self and just get real comfortable. If you want to do a guided meditation, check out what's on YouTube. Sometimes guided meditations they're good for people who are just getting started learning meditation, but I really prefer you just to sit in the silence and allow your thoughts to subside. Now, initially, you're going to get a whole lot of activity because your mind is going to go,
Oh,
what? You were there to be silent? But
yeah. Silent for what?
yeah, don't go down that rabbit hole. Just if you don't give it energy, like anything else, if you don't get those thoughts energy, they will subside, and before you know it, you will be in a quiet place. And how you know you'll be in a quiet place, your whole body, everything will just be so calm, and just sit there. Don't have a preconceived notion about an agenda. You ain't going there to have no agenda. You just going there. Hmm. This is how you learn how to just be the person, the self that you're here to be, right? And so just sit there and commit to doing that. I know it's for some people it may sound like a lot, but it's not really a lot. If you can do it for 10 minutes every day, 10 minutes. You can even do it when you're in bed. I'm a lazy meditator. I don't always want to get up out of bed. I do my meditation a lot of days. I do it before I even open my eyes. I'm aware that I'm awake, but I don't even open my eyes. I just go into my gratitude. I'm so grateful that I'm here again, right? That my eyes can be open. And I just go into that and just be in that space. You will be so amazed at what a difference it makes in your day if you do it in the morning. Now, I also want you to try, and I'm asking you for 20 minutes, 10 in the morning, 10 at night. The last thing before you go to bed, I want you to do two things. I want you to, all of those thoughts that you're having about this didn't work and that didn't, and he said, no, 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 no. We're just going to see like a wave of energy coming in, washing them right on out, moving them right on out of your body, moving them right on out of your mind. And then I want you to think of something that gives you pleasure. What is this thing? It could be something like, I ate ice cream today and it was so good.
Yeah.
Or it could be something like, I got laid today, baby. It ain't nothing like it. I'm just leaning it. Whatever it is,
DrSue would be the one that says that.
I'm just saying. Keep it real, real.
I
Whatever gives
love
you
it.
space, right? I want you, if you had a bad day, I want you to revision your day the way you wanted it to go. You had a nasty argument with your mother, father, spouse, boss, whoever. I want you to don't lean in. The argument itself, that's the energy that you allow to go out. Now I want you to recreate that whole situation the way you wanted it to play. Why is this important, Dr. Sue? It's important because when you go to sleep, your subconscious mind is still awake and operating. And if you go to sleep and you think about all the shit that you had to deal with today, you wake up in the morning and you feel so bad. Why? Because your mind has been working on it all night long. What I'm saying to you is empty the garbage can and bring in something new that you want to, that's going to give you the power, the grace, the peace to be who you want. Sleep on that.
Sleep
Don't
on that.
But sleep on that because your mind, your subconscious, Lord, y'all, the subconscious mind is so powerful. It is so powerful. And it does its best work while you are asleep. And your conscious thoughts can't interfere with it. It's having a field day. It's having a field day. So since it's having a field day, give it what you want it to have that's going to support you, elevate you, make you feel good, help you to achieve your dream. So in the morning, I want you to sit in the silence. At night, I want you to empty the garbage can. May God bless you.
I say. Well, God, it's been a good night like every Friday night, especially when you allow what comes up to come
Come
out.
out.
Hey, hey. Thank y'all for joining us. Thank you, Dion, Vic, Angelique, Latasha, anyone else who came in the room. I saw a couple other people pop on there that I didn't get to say hey to, but hey, y'all. And thank y'all for showing up tonight with us. I said I was going to have y'all new video this week, but hey, I ain't got it, but I'm going to show you this old one. Because it's like they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Next Saturday, not this Friday, but next Friday, join us again, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for the late night happy hour with Carrie Irene and Dr. Sue. We're going to see y'all later. Bye.
You know, as I was thinking about what we are doing, it really is an opportunity for people to connect with their beingness. We are not conscious of the compartmentalization. We just say, this is who I am, right? Who you are is different depending on the environment that you find yourself in or the people that you find yourself connected with. So I hold myself out as an example. You know, at 71 years old, it's been a long journey. It's been a long journey to self-acceptance. And I think it may be that way for many of us, that we look at the pieces of ourselves and decide, I can show that, no, I can't show that. Is there a danger? How deep is the danger if I show you all of me? Oh, I can show these people this part of me, and these people this part of me, and these people this part of me. And then the question is, how long before you get tired of just compartmentalizing your beingness?